Morning, Miss Lucy. I usually run into the post, but you're a whole lot softer.
What were you in such a hurry for?
Well, I got some nipping in the bud to do.
Some what?
Well, Pa Turner served his term in prison, you know, where your folks sent him, and he's due it on the stage today, so I gotta meet him.
But if he served his time, what...
Well, according to the sheriff's handbook, a good sheriff prevents. So I'm gonna give Jake Turner a speech that'll turn him from robbing once and for all.
Oh, Harold, I'm so proud of you.
Well, just doing my duty. But if I do say so myself, it's a mighty powerful speech. Why, it's got things in it like civic duty, public responsibility, community pride. Oh, it is a real dust raiser. Here she comes. He must have missed the stage.
All the passengers aren't off yet.
Yeah, I know, but we'd have smelled him by now. Excuse me, sir. Are there any more passengers aboard? I mean, you know, like passed out on the floor or something?
I'm the last one, Sheriff. Morning, Miss Lucy.
Good morning, Mr. Turner.
Mr. Turner, sneaking into town in disguise ain't gonna get you past Sheriff Harold Sykes.
This ain't no disguise, boy. This is my new clean look.
Since when?
Since I seen the light. I had time to ponder my evil doings in prison, and I aim to mend my ways.
Why, that's wonderful, Mr. Turner.
Yes, sir. I've turned honest. From now on, I'll be dwelling on things like civic duty, public responsibility, and community pride. But right now, I've got to get home and see my family.
Good day.
Now, there goes a born criminal. He ain't even all the way home yet from prison, and he's back to robbing.
What are you talking about?
He stole my speech.
Here's the legend about the Hanks in pistols and petticoats.
Henrietta could fire a gun with one hand milking the goat, and hit a coyote on the run
In pistols and petticoats, the story goes that Grandma was best
at shooting buttons off a rustler's vest.
Grandpa kept his gun in trim. Nobody messed around with him. That's the legend about the Hanks, just the way she was wrote. They kept busy protecting banks in pistols and petticoats.
It sure is nice to come home to a nice house and a pretty wife.
We done all we could while you was gone. Even put up flower site hangings over some of the windows. Of course, flower smell draws flies, but keeps the sun off the furniture.
No sense in letting the place get run down.
That's not all, Uncle Jake. Wait till you see what we got lined out for you.
Now, Buster, we ain't a-rushing nobody back to work. Ain't like we needed nothing. What more could a woman hanker for when she's got a corn-shuck mattress on every bed and a brand-new, genuine, galvanized bucket to slop the hogs with?
Your Aunt Sadie's right. Prison's enough to leave a man plumb wore out. Why, shucks. I'm so dang rested I could wade through solid rock up to my shoulder blade.
Where are we gonna start? Robbing bank over at Sorry Water or the Wells Fargo office at Gibson Forks?
It's real nice weather. If you'd rather work outdoors, we could go for the gold shipment on the wretched stage. Now, wait a minute. I ain't gonna do none of them things. I done a heap of pondering in prison, and I got my head set.
On what, lover?
I'm giving up robbery.
You're turning your back on the family trade?
Yep, I'm aiming to take up honest business and be a land agent.
Well, that's worse than the time you got tucked down drunk and deposited your takings in the bank you stole it from.
You females about ready?
Just a minute, Papa.
Hurry, Lucy. As long as we're going into town, we ought to stop by and see how Mr. Turner's making out.
Oh, land, yes, if he's no better businessman than he was a robber. Poor things have to end up having to take a government job like Harold.
Come on, let's go. Come on, Lucy. You ain't going to a ball.
Don't forget to give our boy Kenny these clean clothes.
I'll stop by on my way to work.
Work. I never thought I'd live to see Jake use that word in my presence. There, Sadie. First Kenny and then Jake, going honest. It's more than a wife and mother can stand.
Here's your jitney, son.
Gee, thanks, mister.
Hey, morning, Pa.
Morning, Kenny.
How's Ma taking to your working?
Oh, like she was wearing a hair shirt. She sent some clothes for you.
Fire!
And this here ranch.
Well, from the looks of things, sweetie, you've got some fine properties to handle.
Mercy, yes, some of them want to go as high as $1 an acre.
Well, up to now, I ain't even been able to give them away.
Well, maybe you ought to practice your sales talk in front of a mirror, dear.
Oh, I had to give that up. I sold myself 3 parcels that I couldn't pay for.
What happened to your customers?
There ain't none. A fella did drop by one day, but he's the one that sold me the mouth.
Mama and Grandma said Mr. Turner isn't doing very well.
I beg your
Oh,
pardon.
excuse me.
What is it?
It's a gentleman, Grandpa.
Must be a stranger in town.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Clifton P. Ledbetter.
How do you do? I'm Lucy Hanks, and this is my grandpapa.
How do you do, sir?
Howdy, Grandpapa.
I do hope you'll forgive me for bumping into you.
Tut. It was my fault. I was looking at the signs for a land office I was told was near here.
Oh, this is it right here.
Of course it is.
I'm sure Mr. Turner will take very good care of you.
Thank you very much, Miss Hanks. Good day to you, sir.
Good day.
Excuse me. You the proprietor?
I already got a map.
Oh, but you do have properties for sale.
I venture to say I've got as many properties for sale as I had the day I opened the door for business. Now, you take right here. That's the finest piece of bottom land in the territory.
No. I'm not interested in farming.
Oh, well, now, you take this timbering section.
No,
right
I don't want timbering land either. I want to buy a gold mine.
Oh, well, I got here a gold mine. Oh, well, this ain't gold country.
My dear fella, I'm Clifford P. Ledbetter, a professor of geology on leave from Harvard University. And if I say it's gold country, it is gold country.
Well, farming and timbering ain't near as chancy.
I have $1,000 I intend to invest in a gold mine. Now, of course, if you don't wish to sell me one, I can always go see another land agent.
$1,000?
Cash.
Excuse me a minute. Fellow out there's got $1,000 he wants to invest in a gold mine. I heard him. I told him this ain't gold country, but he allows us how it is. You heard me. You've been more than fair. Sure he is asking for it, ain't he? Only trouble is, you ain't got a gold mine. He don't know that. I thought you was gonna run an honest business. Look at it this way. If an honest businessman like me don't take him, he'll have to buy his gold mine from some cheap robber. By gravy, you're right. Mr. Ledbetter, have I got a gold mine for you?
Saw Cousin Bigfoot down to the creek. She was asking after Jake.
You ain't told her.
Of course not. But she's just liable to go into Wretched and find out for her gossipy self. I just don't know how much longer we can go on hiding our shame.
Well, Uncle Jake ain't showing no signs of changing. He told me if I mentioned the Sorry Water Bank to him again, he was gonna slap my head up to a peak and then knock the peak off.
Seems to me there ought to be something we could do to bring him out of it.
We've tried just about everything we could think of. Now I reckon we just got to practice Christian charity till it's purged.
Here he comes now. Ain't Sadie, ain't Sadie.
Get out from underfoot.
Evening, Sadie.
Evening, Jake.
Evening, Ernie.
Evening, Jake.
Well, now what have you got to say about my business in town?
Why'n't you tell me you's frauding money? I'd have been more than proud to help you.
Your finger reel.
Where'd you get 'em?
From a funny-looking, fancy-talking feller that wanted to buy a gold mine in the worst way.
Well, I didn't know you had a gold mine to sell.
I didn't, but I was just too tender-hearted to turn him down.
Well, ain't he bound to expect one?
That ain't gonna be no drawback. All we gotta do is salt that old abandoned mine down Crazy Creek Canyon. I figure the gold won't run no more than $100, and the rest is pure profit.
Now that I've seen how a businessman operates, I reckon it's high time I took back some of them hard things I've been to saying.
I know that you only done it out of ignorance.
You smart sugarfoot.
I better fetch Buster to help us.
Now, what are you squalling about?
I'm so happy I could bust. We got ourselves a family business again.
Don't let me forget to get the garter elastic, Grandma.
Well, I hope Mr. Harkins is stocking a better brand. The last we got had no more snap to it than a toothless watchdog.
Well, we might as well get it now. Oh, Mr. Ledbetter.
Hello.
So nice to see you again. Oh, may I present my grandmama?
Well, I'm pleased to meet you.
How do you do? Miss Hanks, I'm so grateful to you for recommending Mr. Turner to me. He sold me the exact property I was seeking. I'm ever so much obliged.
What did he sell you?
A gold mine. Well, if you ladies will excuse me.
I didn't didn't know Mr. Turner had any gold mines for sale.
He doesn't, dear. I guess it's just that the Reformation ain't took yet.
Oh, it sure does feel good to get out of them city clothes and into something comfortable.
Oh, a man was meant to work at his proper calling. Sets the young'uns a good example.
Hey, here's the old lantern, just where we left it. All right, let's get to salting.
Well, where do you figure to start, Uncle Jay?
It ought to go towards the back, like the last miner give up just before he hit pay dirt.
Honesty sure ain't fogged your thinking none.
Right there, Buster. Let her rip. Put her there, Ernie.
Aye. Stand back now. Here you go.
Now, I'll just scatter a little in between.
Look, it looks real as rain.
It'd fool anybody, much less a Eastern dude. Hey, there's a heap of satisfaction in a job well did.
I think Harold should know about it. If Mr. Turner has perpetrated a fraud.
We ain't accusing Jake Turner of doing nothing dirty. We just think he sold a gold mine he ain't got.
Well, that's what she just said, Andrew.
Hello, Harold.
Howdy, folks.
I know I'm a little light in the head for Aston, but how come you was backing down the street just now?
Henrietta, dear, some depths we oughtn't to probe.
Well, you see, that's the lawman's maneuver. You fix the bad man with the steely eye. I got that part down pat. And then you start backing away from him till you're clear out of range. Comes in real handy if you're short on bullets.
I told you, dear, sometimes you're happier not knowing.
What brings you folks into Wretched?
We was figuring on having a good heart-to-heart talk with Jake Turner.
Oh, well, you won't be able to do that. He's not in town.
The varmints run out.
Oh, well, sir, he didn't run very far.
You know where he is?
Oh, yes, ma'am. He and that fancy-talking Mr. Ledbetter went out towards Crazy Creek Canyon to check some property that Mr. Ledbetter bought. If you all want to wait around till they get back, I'd be more than happy to entertain Miss Lucy, right proper like.
Thank you, Harold.
Well, I feel like a nice little ride in the country.
So do I.
Me too. Come on, Ulysses. Come on, Stonewall.
We better go after them, Harold. No telling what vicissitudes they might encounter.
Yeah, they might run into trouble, too. We better go get stupid and we'll ride double.
Picture book pretty, ain't it?
Interesting rock formations.
Yeah. Come on. Yeah, Mr. Ledbetter, careful. This way. The beauty is, this framework is still sturdy. All you gotta do is just walk right in and start taking out the gold. I'll throw the lantern in with the deal, of course.
For this strata, I'd say laramide. Mesozoic era.
There's a lot more of that there strata towards the back.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this section right over here, yeah. Oh.
Cretaceous or Upper Cretaceous? I wonder.
More than likely both. This section over here will tell you in a minute. Oh, no.
Judging from the deterioration of this wood, I'd say...
According to my calculations, the mother lode ought to strike right here.
Definitely Upper Cretaceous. There is no gold in this mine.
How can you say that when you ain't looked in the right place?
I've seen enough.
I'm sure laboratory tests would bear me out.
If you'll just move...
Now, my dear sir, I am an expert geologist, and I'm telling you that gold just does not exist in this type of terrain.
I've got a little place I'd like to show you. Where to take another look? Oh, we got visitors.
How'd you like your new property, Mr. Lester?
I've been robbed. No gold here.
We could have told you that without looking.
However, I don't intend to make any unnecessary trouble. I do expect a refund, of course.
I got just the refund you're looking for.
He means he wants his money back, dear.
No, sirree, Bob. There ain't no backing out on a legal business deal.
I'm afraid he's got you there, sweetie. We checked the papers. Me and Mama and Papa have been talking it over amongst ourselves, and since we're the ones that sent you to Jake in the first place, we're willing to buy the property back from you for what you paid for it.
Well, what would you do with this worthless property?
Oh, we figure with the country going the way it is, there ain't no such thing as worthless property.
Incredible. However, I accept your offer. It's all yours.
Just a minute, folks. Now that I'm here, we'll get all this trouble cleared up. Who do you want me to arrest?
Don't think I'm Pope if we'd waited for you.
Oh, well, we'd have been here sooner, except I was picking up some pretty rocks for Miss Lucy. Go on, show 'em.
Oh, aren't they pretty?
Well, very nice, dear. We'll put them on the windowsill where they'll glitter in the sun.
Where'd you get these?
Oh, just back down over there on Mr. Ledbetter's property. There's a whole lot of them. Would you like me to get you some?
I'll have some. This is high-grade gold. Well, Mr. Ledbetter, this property rightfully belongs to you, so we'll sell it at a fair price.
Well, Mr. Hanks, you're a real aristocrat.
What's your language? Especially around my women folk.
Real spending gold.
Nuggets just laying around on the ground for the bending over.
Very many.
Thick as fleas on a fat dog.
In no way.
I tell you, it's a judgment. From now on, there ain't nothing gonna swerve me from the path of righteousness. I'm gonna run my honest business honest.
Good afternoon.
Howdy.
I wonder if you could help me.
The last dealings I had with a fella like you cost me a fortune.
I assure you, I don't intend to bilk you. My card. Very well, I'll state my own case. I'm Lafayette Ambrose, curator of the Philadelphia Museum, and I would like to buy some Indian artifacts.
Well, you come to the wrong place.
Well, I didn't expect to find them on display. I thought you might be able to tell me where I could purchase some authentic Kiowa or Atuna artifacts.
Nowhere. I know for a fact that the Kiowas and Atunas never messed around with nothing like that.
Artifacts are things made by human beings as opposed to those created by nature, such as bowls or baskets and beads.
Baskets, bowls, and beads.
Now, I want anything made by the Indians themselves. And to obtain them, I've been authorized to spend up to $500.
$500?
Cash.
It just so happens